You didn't have the heart for it.
Turns out one-eyed Jack wasn't no snitch after all. And his mom, she ain't buying that he died by his own hand.
You wanna know something, Lou? I fucked that shit up. Scrap wasn't no snitch.
Tell her to do something. Because if she don't, I will.
Scrap didn't deserve how we did him, man. It's my fault. It's your son's dead.
Hey, my man, what's going on? Tony D, man. You and her were together. Just walked in on you and Tony like 100 times.
Told you, I don't know you. You need to move the fuck on.
He was implicated in a cocaine operation by a witness who was later murdered up in Westchester County a while back. It's Al Baselli's kid. A first grader could connect these dots.
Your stupid little brother went to Scrap Mom's house, and then she came to the precinct.
Your brother need to make this shit right.
I'm on.
Enemies are dangerous.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, and we're in the closing stretch for season 3 of Raising Kanan, and we have to start off with our boy Lou. His mistakes are finally catching up to him and the rest of the family. We finally saw in episode 6 he went to Chantel and told her it was them that took down Scrap, and now he just created a bunch of problems for the whole family because Chantel immediately takes this information and goes right back to the cops and lets them know. Of course, she's telling Howard, and Howard has to relay this information back to Rock. Rock is telling Marvin Lou is gonna fix this, and Marvin says he's on it. So a lot of shit is about to pop off within this episode. We gotta talk about Marvin hacking Lou up, letting him know he's gonna fix this, putting the gun in his hands. We already know Lou is not in the right state of mind. This is gonna go pretty fucking badly, and we're finally about to get the scene with the gun to Lou's head, and how I think Marvin stepping up for the family one last time with all this trouble rounding the corner for him could possibly lead to his arrest. So I'm gonna explain everything that's about to take place in season 3 episode 7 of Raising Kanan. As usual, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing I want to look at is the descriptions for both episode 7 and 8. Episode 7, where all are guilty, says Lou's drinking creates a problem for the whole family when Chantel goes looking for justice. Of course, this is referring to him telling her the information that they killed Scrap at the end of episode 6, and her, of course, going to the cops right away, giving Howard the information, letting them know that they did it. This is crazy that they did this. Of course, they don't know that she was the confidential informant. They assumed it was Scrap, but I told you guys in my video saying he will reveal this to her that she more than likely, as a confidential informant, as someone who wants justice, would just go right back to the cops with the information, and that's what she did. Luckily, she gave it to Howard, and Howard has been looking out for them the whole time. But if it gets back in the hands of Tanner, who's already looking into Marvin, more problems is gonna arise that Lou didn't even know was possible. So we gotta hope Tanner doesn't get his hands on this. But episode 8 Reckoning says, as a despondent, Lou becomes a liability for the family. And the despondent is just someone who loses all hope, spirit, courage, and anything. Bro is basically, just like they say, a liability. He can't get nothing done. So I think because of these two descriptions, it's safe to assume they all make it out episode 7 after Howard gives them this information. But what does that mean for Chantel? Does the job get done? We see the gun to Lou's head, so apparently something is gonna go drastically wrong. Now, a lot of people are asking how I know this is the episode. We could just see Lou in this white sweater in the scene where Marvin's hacking him up, and in the scene where he's standing in the club, and also when you see the gun to his head, he's wearing the exact same sweater. So we know for sure this is gonna take place in episode 7, but how does it all turn out? Now, of course, as I just mentioned, Howard relays this information to Rock, and Rock tells Marvin Lou is gonna fix this, and Marvin says he's on it, and that leads to the scene of him choking Lou up against the wall. But that also leads into the scene of Marvin going on the hit with him. He's in the car with Lou, hands him the gun directly. So I think this is where this comes in, where Lou will go in by himself. He'll be trying to get the job done, but he's gonna fail drastically, like I said. And I don't know, she hit him with some type of reversal and now the gun to his head. Bro probably gonna be begging to die. I'm not trying to see this shit, but I think I'll do Marv comes in for the save. As usual, Marvin is always the one who gets the job done. He's the one who saved Lou out the fire, who spent back on the block for him. He's the one who took out Sal Baselli. He's the mailman. He always delivers. And once again, I think he's gonna deliver and be the one to take out Chantel, save his baby brother, and save the family. Lou is a liability. I don't think he get this shit done. He already has enough on his conscience with the D-Wiz and the Scrap murders. He's not gonna try to add another one. And I think his drinking problem is just gonna get worse and worse and worse. My nigga Marv is gonna have to come through with the save as usual. Now, of course, this is putting Marvin at even more risk and danger. I think the two people we have to look out for is, of course, the guy from his AA meeting that he's been meeting with, so-called work at the newspaper. A lot of people are saying he's possibly an undercover cop. We saw him when they were eating together. He asked him about Dean, how he got killed, if he was actually a drug dealer. And then we just saw in the more recent episode that he said he was going to write a paper on Jukebox and Marvin, their upbringing, everything that went on. And I think he's going to reveal some negative things about Marvin, that he was possibly a drug dealer and the bad upbringing that Jukebox had to go through to get where she is now in her girl group. And on top of that, a guy came up to Marvin mentioning Tony Deep, the girl he killed earlier in like season 1, mentioned her name. The guy from newspaper heard it. He's probably gonna look her up, and that's where we get this scene from the trailer where Marvin is talking to him and he looks pissed off. I think some information is going to be leaked and revealed, and Tanner is going to be able to connect all this back to one another. Because remember, Tanner just told Howard how the girl got killed and how it was Sal Baselli's son, Marco, who went and did the job, and that started the whole war. But they tried to kill Marvin, they killed this girl. Lou went and got get back for him. The whole war started. Sal sent all the hitters out them, shot at Marvin, shot up Lou's studio, went to Rock's house, killed Jukebox's mom, and now with Marvin eliminating Sal, and now Tanner is fully on the case. All the dots is about to start to connect, and I think ultimately this might lead to our guy Marvin possibly getting arrested in the near future. As I mentioned, he's always the one saving the family. He's the soldier, he's the brother, he's the father, he's doing everything for them. And I think this one time will be one time too much, and I think Tanner might peep or see the conversation between Chantel and Howard, and based off this, if Chantel does end up dead, this will reveal two things: that Howard is more than likely the dirty cop. That's going to be revealed anytime soon, and Tanner's going to find that out, and then he's going to dive deeper into, of course, Rock and Marvin, and our boy might be going down in the very near future. One other alternative is just Lou takes the fall for everything. Since he wants to admit his guilt, he wants to deal with it, why wouldn't he just take the fall, especially for someone like Marvin who's helped him out so many times? This is possibly their only way, or Marvin's only way out of this situation, if Lou just takes the fall, accepts his fate. Because if we really think about it, at the current point of the story, once he tells Chantel this, once he tries to kill her or doesn't do it, or someone else gets the job done, what's next for his character? Once again, in the description, it talks about him being a liability from here on out. So if they're not gonna kill him off, I will at least hope he take the fall for my nigga Marvin. That's the best I could hope for at this point. I made a whole video about how Marvin's death completely destroys his family. I highly suggest you guys go check that out. I think arrest will be better for all our sakes, but it looks to me that they're kind of been foreshadowing a possible tragedy in Marvin's life. He's had so much character development. We see him trying to be a better dad for Jukebox, trying to instill confidence in her, talking to Lou about how he wants to get this dad shit right, even being a better brother, help Lou open up the club, say he's not gonna sell drugs through it. He went on, checked on Rock in the last episode, and even helped get her back in the game. So he's just been all around growing as a character, and I think they're foreshadowing with the end of episode 6 that it might not be looking so up for Marvin. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on Loose Lips Lou. How do you think all this plays out with Chantel? If she does die, who gets the job done? Will it be Lou like you think? Will it be Marvin? Anybody else? Let me know down below in the comments, and let me know how you feel about Marv getting arrested if that was to happen. I think that's better than that. I just don't want my boy to die because he's easily the best character in the show for me. So the longer they keep him around, the better. As usual though, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.